Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Yu, athletic trainer for the UBC men's volleyball team. Today, I'm joined by Michael Dalhanovic, third-year outside hitter, and he was selected as a two-time All-Star in the Canada West, as well as the 2019 captain of the Canada Junior Men's National Team. Today, we'll be showing you a basic ankle tape job for volleyball players looking to return to play. Alright, so for materials, we're going to be needing three things. First is a pro wrap. This is going to go around the ankle before the athletic tape goes on, just for some added comfort. Second, we're going to have the zinc oxide athletic tape, and this is going to provide the majority of the support for the ankle tape job. The brand I'm using is from Johnson & Johnson, and we use zinc oxide because that is the compound that is most suitable to be in contact with skin. Optional selection is the light plast stretchy tape, and depending on the sport that you're using the tape job for example, for volleyball and basketball where jumping is a requirement, something stretchy like this around the ankle is going to give the athlete more flexibility and more range of motion. So just keep in mind which sport you're using it for, and you may need to make modifications. So first, we're going to want the athlete to be in dorsiflexion, so bring his toes close to his chest, and then we're going to apply the pro wrap, okay? And for this, we want to start it off where the Achilles tendon meets the muscle belly. Okay? Bring it all the way around, and this is just going to provide some comfort for the athlete so the tape is not right up against the skin. Start off with the anchors up top. Half of the tape should be on the skin, half of it securing the pro wrap. And when I'm applying the anchors on top, I'm angling towards the widest part of his leg, just so that there's no wrinkles, okay? And do that twice, with half of the tape overlapping each other. We're also gonna have an anchor on the bottom of his foot, and I'm coming in like this. I don't want to strap it in too hard because having a really tight tape around the arch could be really uncomfortable when he's jumping around. So I'm coming like this. Landmark is the base of the fifth metatarsal on the far side. I'm going to splay the foot. What this does is basically mimics him standing on the floor, and I just want to lay it on not too tight, okay? It will wrinkle when he relaxes, but once he stands up, it's going to expand. Next, we're going to do the stirrups. So this is what's going to pull the ankle into eversion, okay? Because most ankle injuries are inversion, where the sprain is on the outside of the ankle. Okay? When I do my stirrups, I want to make sure that it starts off from the anchor, and the side of the tape job should be in the middle of the medial malleolus, and the second landmark is the fat pad at the bottom of his heel. Okay? So I'm going to lay that down. Apply some friction to increase the adhesion, and I want to pull that to the other side, ending at the anchor up top. Okay? So if you want an idea of how hard you should be pulling, the stirrups that you're applying here should constitute 75% of the support of the ankle tape job. So the second one, I'm going to fan out. No worries about where it lands in the middle here, but you want it to go to the fat pad. That's your next destination. Do that one more time. Fanning at the bottom, aiming for the fat pad each time. After that, we want to close it down towards the ankle. With each of these, my angle is slightly less and less until I straighten out, just because the width of the ankle is decreasing. I'm trying to overlap by half each time. At the bottom here, I can also close off by doing some horseshoes. So same idea as the anchor. I want to make sure I'm not laying it on too tight. He has a pretty big ankle, so I'm going to be closing down a little further, and since his ankle is a little bit wider than the upper region now, I'm going to angle this way. Okay. So as a volleyball athlete, he needs to be jumping in gameplay, so if I restrict too much of plantar flexion, he's not going to be able to have that range of motion. Okay, so when I lock him in, I don't want to lock him too far up. I want to lock him at around 90 degrees. Okay. So if the ankle injury is not too severe and he's able to jump and play, I would recommend using some stretchy tape, because with the zinc oxide, it offers, in my opinion, just a little bit too much support for volleyball players. And if we use the stretchy tape, it gives the flexibility as well as the support needed for jumping activities. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is locking the ankle in place. I'm going to start by doing the figure eights. The first landmark is the navicular. I'm going to come around. I'm going to form a figure eight down the foot, around the ankle, crossing over in the middle. And from here, we're going to go into a heel lock, where we aim for the fat pad, coming around the other side, on the lateral side of the calcaneus, coming up around to the middle again. I'm going to loop down, aim for the fat pad, and lock the ankle the other way, up the medial side of the calcaneus. And when I'm coming up, I want to aim the tape to be just above the calcaneus where it slopes upwards. And I should end off where I started. Okay, so if you're in the right spot, you can go again. If you're slightly off, you can just rip it off and start again. I think my positioning is okay, so I'm going to start my figure eight again. That's a figure eight right there. I'm going to do another heel lock. Okay. To promote the adhesiveness, I like to just use the heat of my hands to increase the adhesion. Then at the end, we just want to close off our anchors using the zinc oxide tape. So if there's any windows in the tape job, that could lead to blisters and tape cuts. So an easy fix would just be to cover that up. I see another one down here. Around. And yeah, I just want to make sure there's no windows. And then we want to check for perfusion, so we're not cutting off the circulation. So do that by pinching his big toe. We see that the blood is flowing back, so we're good to go.